What is going on, everybody? It's Franz. We're back again for our Mae Classic episode 2 of round 1, where we had 3 good matches and one match that was like the comedy match. The first round already. If you watch the actual Mae Young Classic, you know which one I'm talking about. It would have been the Ariel Monroe versus Zuxis match. Was an absolute comedy match. It was definitely something that did not belong on Classic. It was not even a match worth being again part of the Mae Young Classic. But if I could say one thing, we did have Casey Catanzaro. I'm going to say impressed the living out of me. For her small stature and size, she put on one hell of a show for us this past Wednesday. It was a hell of a match between her and Rihanna Gonzalez, but the show started off with Deonna Pizarro, and Priscilla Kelly. They did show Samoa Joe before. I don't know why they got to continue to show. Like they showed Samoa Joe, they showed Natalia, with Izzy beside her. They showed the Undisputed Era. They showed like Cedric Alexander, his baby girl, his daughter, was fine because during Ariel Monroe's match, which is his wife. So I'm fine with that one, but they shouldn't have to do continue to do all these superstars or showing support to the women. I don't care. Why are you showing that to me? I really don't care. It was just, why are you going to continue to show me that? Like last week, they showed a bunch of superstars and legends or whatever. This week, they did the same thing. That's something I don't really care about. I don't know why they do it, but it's just something they need to just drop. We started off with Deonna Purrazzo versus Priscilla Kelly, and Priscilla Kelly, I guess, is supposed to be a gypsy, they said in the commentary. Michael Cole, why did they have to use Michael Cole? Why couldn't they use Mauro Ranallo? I think this would have made the Mae Young Classic a lot better if we would have had Mauro Ranallo or Corey Graves or somebody else on the card, on the announced team besides Michael Cole. They lock up with Kelly in control early on. Purrazzo uses a handstand to get out of a knee headlock or like a leg lock where Kelly's legs were locked over her head. Kind of freaked Kelly out a little bit that she was playing a little mind games with herself. Purrazzo does a nice little bow to, play a little bit more mind games. Purrazzo takes over and rolls up for a 2 count. Purrazzo goes for the armbar. Her Fujiwara armbar, which we'll talk about in a minute, is nasty. She said she is the master of the Fujiwara armbar, and after this match, I will have to agree with Deonna Purrazzo. She has a mean, nasty Fujiwara armbar. Kelly does get to the ropes, and after the referee gets Deonna Purrazzo off her, Priscilla Kelly. There's 2 Kellys in this thing, Killer and Priscilla. You get it mixed up. Hits a bro kick kick to Deonna Purrazzo for a 2 count. Forearms by Kelly to Purrazzo, then a chop in the corner. Running PK in for a 2 count, then a dragon sleeper by Priscilla Kelly. Kelly gets another 2 count off another dragon sleeper combo. Purrazzo in the corner fights out and chops to Kelly. Hip toss backflip by not hip toss, yeah, a hip toss, then a backflip, drop kick by Purrazzo. Nice little combination right there. Michael Cole called the backflip something else, and I'm like, no, that is a backflip, you moron. When they do a handstand backwards, it's called a backflip. STO by Kelly for a 2 count. Beautiful looking transition there. Match comes to an end with a side Russian leg sweep by Deonna Purrazzo. She flips her over, puts her in the Fujiwara armbar, and my goodness, that thing looked like it hurt. She just wrenching away at Priscilla Kelly's arm until Priscilla Kelly finally taps out. Compared to last week, all 4 matches this week seem to go really fast and really short. So definitely was something for them to talk about. They definitely was. It was a good match though. Then came the down portion of the first round, in my opinion, with Ariel Monroe versus Xerxes. They did show Cedric Alexander with their child in the crowd, so good for them. This match it felt more like a comedic match, and that neither one of them took this match as seriously as they should have. Monroe talking trash the entire time because she's like, "Don't mess with my hair, I'm gonna mess you up," and it's like the whole time was you had Xerxes trying to use the hair as a tool to get to Ariel Monroe. Xerxes hits a drop kick, but Monroe no sells that. Monroe gets a 2 count on a pinfall. Xerxes messes with the hair and ends up getting hit. Like, if you saw a couple weeks ago, John Cena put out there was a video put out from the Chinese um, house show in which John Cena showed his Thunder Slap, which was a running backhand, like you just backhand somebody. Well, apparently, he got the idea Ariel Monroe because this was taped beforehand, and she did the exact same back slap to Xerxes, and Xerxes dropped to the mat like she just got hit with a ton of bricks. It looked goofy as can be. I could not buy that move being devastating at all. Xerxes then grabs the hair and starts tossing around Monroe. Xerxes with a 2 count, then an abdominal stretch, which Monroe gets out and rolls her up for a 2 count. Xerxes with a head that grabs her hair and throws her down onto the mat for another 2. Camel clutch by Xerxes. I don't know if I'm spelling it, probably not, but it's just, this match was one of those matches that I really don't care about, and to actually wow me to get me to care. And by the end of this match was just awful. She gets her in the camel clutch and starts pulling out her mouth, and the referee tells her to get off. Xerxes goes over and yells, talks something to the referee. Monroe catches a kick, then a running uppercut, cartwheel kick by Monroe. Xerxes roll up bridge by Xerxes, but she falls. You know that roll up that Charlotte does, and she does like a bridge over the person. Xerxes tried that here, and she falls off. Monroe with a flatliner for George top, but in the corner. This was the best part of the match, and it was the end. It was the finish. The end of the match was the best part of this match. Xerxes gets Ariel Monroe up top, hits a top rope Spanish fly for the 1-2-3. Everything else in this match was awful except for the Spanish fly. So I don't know exactly who Xerxes is wrestling yet. I don't think it's been decided yet, but hopefully whoever she wrestles next round is a better match, because this match was absolutely awful. This was probably the worst match of the 6 that you saw so far. And there were some pretty good matches in the last episode. And the first match of this episode and the next 2 matches are pretty darn good. This one was a laughing stock. So hopefully Xerxes, whoever she picks second round, puts on a much, much better performance, because this one was just downright awful. Oh yeah, they also showed after this match, before we get to Casey Catanzaro and Renee Gonzalez, they did show 2/3 of the Riot Squad with Sarah Logan and Morgan in the crowd. Casey Catanzaro is so tiny. She is 5 foot tall. And this is something that happened last episode too, with Lacey Lane versus what's her name? I can't remember her opponent's name. That's how meaningless that person was. It was another David versus Goliath match, and David lost, won again. But I'm gonna say this: Casey Catanzaro can go, and I believe she signed to the Performance Center already, and this is not just gonna be her one time and only. She's going to be facing off next round. Of course, I can't remember against who, but she's definitely going to give us. I think she's facing Rhea Ripley next round, and she's going to be somebody that I look forward to in the Performance Center in NXT from here on out. Rhea Gonzalez did have the power game because she was like 6'7" or something, and she was just like twice or 3 times she was like twice the size of little Casey Catanzaro. There was a huge Casey chant from the crowd. She did have her in a headlock and did an airplane, like a reverse Cesaro swing. Casey Catanzaro. Gonzalez with a backbreaker to Casey. Gonzalez talks some trash and puts the boot to Casey in the corner. Spinning side slam for a 2 count. A clubbing blow to the back of Casey's head lays her out. My goodness, that hit. He just barely tapped the back of Casey's head, and she just fell. Like she was dead. Like she was just out. Power slam for a 2 count. Casey fighting. He would not give up in the match. Reyna runs shoulder first into the ring post as Casey moves away. Gotta have that move in there somewhere, because it happens on every show that we see. Drop kicks to Gonzalez's knee. Side drops. Then she dropped on the middle rope. Casey with a rolling kick to Gonzalez for a 2 count. Casey pulls up Gonzalez for it. Then the match comes to an end where She goes and does this like the twist-legged roll up 1, 2, 3, and Casey Catanzaro wins the match by rolling up Leon Gonzalez to win it. So definitely impressed me. Gotta watch her match because she definitely impressed. And if she is facing Rhea Ripley, I already know probably win that one because of things that happen later in the show. But definitely cannot wait to see, especially if she is signed to Performance Center, her debut in NXT and how she goes with being a fan. I did look on the news site stuff that there was a word from Casey herself where Triple H told her, I guess, that she could see her as a heel. And I'm gonna have to disagree with Triple H because 5'5" nothing Casey Catanzaro, there's no way you could ever make this woman a heel and make it work. She is the quintessential underdog babyface for her size. Plain and simple. There's absolutely no way you see Casey Catanzaro as anything more than a babyface in WWE. Would not work in my. After the match, though, Reyes Gonzalez comes back to the ring, looks steamed as can be, reaches her hand out for a handshake, pulls Casey Catanzaro into close, and then lifts this little girl up, this little girl up, and just puts her on her shoulder as if she was a little child. That's how small Casey Catanzaro is. I am again excited to see what happens in the next round for Casey and what she does after the Mae Young Classic because I'm pretty sure since she is from the American Ninja Warriors, she is definitely going to do something well for WWE. Could she be a future NXT Women's Champion? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. She definitely impressed me in the match, and I can't wait to see what she does in the second round. The main event of this was Ashley Vane versus Mercedes Martinez. I think WWE made a step here, but with the end of this match and the fact that who won this match, I disagree with the winner of this match wholeheartedly. But I will say Ashley Vane did she you'll see in a minute, but I'm surprised was able to walk after like 5 minutes of this match. They lock up and Ashley has the advantage early. Ashley with a roll through for a 2 count, suplex by Martinez. He gets a 2 count. Roll through again for another 2 by Ashley Vane. They go to do a and this scared the hell out of me, but you've seen how Casey Catanzaro early in the night did a roll through on Reina Gonzalez. Well, Ashley Vane tried to do the exact same thing to Mercedes Martinez, and Martinez just dropped straight down as Ashley Vane's rolling through. Ashley Vane landed straight on her neck, head area. It was scary as can be. And for a second there, you just like your heart has to drop because this woman's 13 years to get to WWE, and it could have been over like that. And she got dropped square on her head for a 2 count, and I was scared for that minute second because anything bad could have happened. Of course, nothing bad happened because it wasn't said, and the match continued. Rain is dazed from here now. Martinez starts working on the neck. She has a reverse full Nelson on her, working on the neck, putting pressure on the neck after that. Like a DDT out of the corner but Martinez catches her and holds her up for a very, very long vertical suplex. Cut up by Rain for a count, running forearm by Rain, then another one for another 2 count. Spinebuster, beautiful spinebuster by Martinez for another 2. Forearm strike by Rain, then strikes finally, then a forearm I believe it was, finally drops Martinez. Neckbreaker by Rain, running forearm in the corner. Rain goes up top, crossbody but by Rain, who does not go for pin. It hits this twisting. It looked like it was a take on the Crossroads by Cody Rhodes. They called it a guillotine drop for a 2 count. Dragon Sleeper looked like she was going for another one, inverts into a fisherman suplex, but Williams rolls her up for another 2. Rain hits an Iguri, goes for a guillotine drop again. Martinez blocks that, and this time she hits the fisherman suplex for the 3 count. And Mercedes Martinez moves on. I honestly, in my wholehearted opinion, think Ashley Vane should have moved on. Either way, one of them is going to stop against Miko Satomura next time. And I do not pray for any of those two to take on Miko Satomura after what she put through Killer Kelly through. But the WWE knows who Mercedes Martinez is. They do. I feel Ashley Rain, who I know who Ashley Rain, I know who Madison Rain is. I've been watching her in Impact Wrestling since 2007, I believe. And most people in the WWE don't watch Impact Wrestling, who never watched Impact Wrestling. This was their first taste of Ashley Rain / Madison Rain. I'm hoping this is not the last time we get to see Ashley Rain in WWE. I would have loved to see her and Miko Satomura could have done together. But in my opinion, I think WWE made a misstep here, and Mercedes Martinez moved on when I think Ashley Rain should have moved on, because either one of these two are not going to win against Miko Satomura. I think Satomura is making at least the semifinals. But that is definitely going to be interesting. 3 out of the 4 matches were definitely worth watching. Again, Ariel Monroe, Xerxes was definitely the worst match of the first 8 matches we've seen so far. We still have 8 women to go before we get through the first round. We move on to the next round, which will be in about 3 weeks. So definitely going to be interested to see what happens with the Mae Young Classic as we get further and further along. But that is your round 1, episode 2 review. Make sure to find me on Twitter at The France. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like this video. Thank you guys for watching all my videos this week. I will be back tomorrow for Not Unscripted. That is going to be on Sunday. We are going to be going with our Hell in a Cell preview and predictions tomorrow night. So then, my name is The France. I will see you guys later and have a good one.